difficult and unstable world we're living in, it's very important to fight for something, to raise awareness about important questions, to challenge the society and to challenge yourself. About a month ago, many of us were watching the European Football Championship, and with millions of people watching the game at the same time, it was a perfect opportunity for a political campaign, like saying no to racism to appear. And when my beloved Italy was playing very boring football, I sat down and thought, is there anything I would like to say no to? Our government, for instance, claims they're saying no to corruption. Many male friends of mine would love to say no to feminism. And my mid-year resolution is to say no to sarcasm. No, really. Do you think sarcasm is funny? Because it actually hurts people. Sarcasm, what is it? Let's go to ancient Greece, because we all know that Greek philosophers had a lot of time and they had thought about everything, just like modern British scientists. They make research about anything. So what is sarcasm? Sarcasm, the word, derives from a Greek word sarkaizen, which means to tear or to tear the flesh off. So, you know, the meaning is not very nice, huh? So the sarcasm's intention is to hurt people. And you know, some sarcastic people, they can argue that sarcasm is humorous. Well, of course it is, if you're not the one, you know, who's receiving sarcastic comments. To be honest, I've got some bad news for you if you're sarcastic, because on a scale from bad humor to nice and intelligent humor, sarcasm is actually here. It is considered a very, you know, tasteless humor. Oscar Wilde said that sarcasm is the lowest form of wit. I am ashamed to admit that I have certainly met some very sarcastic people, and very often I have been that very person myself. Sarcasm happens for three major reasons. First being insecurity, second being latent anger, and third, social awkwardness. I think mine is probably the third one. I'm very socially awkward, so sometimes I'm feeling a little sarcastic. You can say, well, I speak sarcasm as a second language, and if somebody doesn't get it, well, he has no sense of humor. Well, that's not really true. Another problem with sarcasm is that it is the least genuine form of conversation, because sometimes you can't really say, is this person paying you a compliment, or he's just being very sarcastic? In one of the episodes of The Simpsons, a mad scientist, Professor Frank, actually introduced a new device, a sarcasm detector. A sarcasm detector? That's a really useful device, said another character, the comic book guy, and that sarcastic comment of his actually made the machine to explode. So in reality, there's no such device. So you have to learn how to differentiate. Is the person being genuine or he's being sarcastic? There's one way to do that. A research lab introduced a way which is they called it a genuine approach. So basically, here's what you need to do. You need to take a comment as it is, you know, as a genuine comment without any sarcastic tone. So let's imagine the dialogue between two people. One saying, I saw you on TV the other day. Say, oh, really? Yeah, with all of that makeup on, like I barely recognized you. And here is where the genuine approach kicks in. You could say, oh wow, really? Do you think the audience didn't know it was me? Maybe I should email makeup artists about it? And you being honest and very genuine could actually leave the sarcastic person quite, quite puzzled. And maybe, I don't know, he will cut out the sarcasm like in the long run. If you need other arguments to be less sarcastic in your real life, let me just tell you, sarcasm is actually an excellent way to ruin your dates. Has anyone watched the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? Let me just warn you, before you actually raise your hand, please be aware that some sarcastic people might actually remember this and then tease you later on. So my advice, don't raise your hand if you watch the chick flick movie. So basically here's what happens in the movie. The girl is trying all sorts of crazy things to get rid of the guy. She's calling him like all the time. She's ruining scores. She's even setting up the relationship like counseling meeting, just to drive the guy mad. And my question is, why bother? If you're being sarcastic, if you're being mean, you can actually, end the date in under 10 minutes. I think that happened to me. And as a main message, I would like to say no to sarcasm. If you know yourself very well, and most probably you won't be able to do it, say no to excessive sarcasm. Just use it sparingly, as a spice in a dish. Don't be that kind of a person about whom you can only say, oh, he's actually a very, very nice guy deep down inside. You just have to get to know him very well. We all can be nice without being, nice, on a deep down level. Remember, you can't be funny and not at expense in other people's feelings. So my message is, say no to sarcasm.